Hello everyone, welcome to this video, which will be an unboxing video of a new piece, the Wolverine Weapon X Project quarter scale statue from XM Studios. I borrowed this piece from a fellow Danish collector, Jan, so a big shout out to you, Jan. Thanks a lot for making this possible today. I'm really excited about this piece. I can't wait to have a look at it because it looks very promising on the images that I've seen so far. It features Wolverine in his Weapon X appearance, so you know he's about to escape from this facility, the Weapon X facility. He's almost naked and he's wearing all these technical gadgets and wires and stuff like that. It looks awesome, so let's not keep pushing it, let's just dive right into this unboxing. Alright, so it's actually quite a big box, so it was kind of difficult to fit everything in, but I think this will do just for now. So let's just open it up. So yeah, and as with most of the XM statues, if not all of them, you get some artwork, which we have right here, including the assembly instructions. So it just reads, "Our pride, your joy," your typical text. We've seen that before. Here's an overview of the contents of the box, which is very helpful also when you are gonna, well, if you are gonna pack it up in the future, you'll have something to refer to in order to know where to put everything. That's really nice. And as you can see, there's lots of details going on this statue here. So I think these instructions are going to become very handy when we are going to move on with this video here. So yeah, always nice with that. And then of course the artwork, which we have right here. And yeah, it looks awesome. I think this is such a very atmospheric print, I think, and it resembles the statue 100%. So I almost think that this is based on the statue rather than the other way around. So yeah, but it looks awesome. And yeah, the box itself is your typical very sturdy quality box here with secure metal corners and just your simple XM writing on the front here. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail about that, so I'll just skip right ahead to the next part where I have taken off the top part here and we're looking down into the contents of the box. Alright, so that was all the parts, I think, in the top half of the styrofoam box. There was lots and lots of pieces here. The portraits were here, the small monitors that surrounds the character when he's being displayed. Lots and lots of small things and details and all that. So yeah, I'm getting even more excited now with assembling this piece. But yeah, we have to get rid of the top half now, so I'll just take that off like that and put it over here. So here we have the remaining pieces, and there seems to be just a few. We have the base and the character and some more hardware kind of stuff going on. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this so far. There are so many pieces to get out, and I'll just dive right in and continue doing just that. Alright guys, so I think I got everything out of the boxes now. I almost forgot this little guy here, but I just managed to notice before I skipped on to the next part. So yeah, there are many details when it comes to this piece. It's probably one of the most intricately detailed statues that I've dealt with. And I'm kinda excited but also a bit frightened about the assembly part, because I think I'm definitely gonna need the assembly instructions for that. The base is beautiful, it's very heavy, and I just love what's going on it. There's this use of epoxy or something, kind of like a translucent plastic material that looks very liquid, and I don't know if you can tell, but the way that the light bounces off it is just beautiful, and it actually looks very, very realistic, almost slimy, I guess, but it looks good. And you actually also have the same thing going on the body of Wolverine. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's definitely there, and it's one of the main features of this piece in a way, I guess. I mean, it really makes it stand out, the use of this epoxy kind of thing. I think that's epoxy, but I'm not an expert, so I don't really know. But yeah, many details, lots of light up features as well, actually. I don't know if I'm gonna get around to actually plugging those in. Depends if the batteries are already there. But we'll have to see. The next thing I'm gonna do is focus on the base that's already on the turntable, as you can see. And I'm just gonna follow the instructions and assemble this entire piece. And we'll just do it step by step. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this so far. But do please sit back and relax, and let's just carry on with this assembly. Alright guys, so we have the base on my turntable here, and as you can see, it just looks beautiful. Again, we have this epoxy effect going on that really looks like liquid, so everything looks very wet. It looks so nice. It's a really nice detail, and it's very convincingly done. It looks very realistic, actually. Anyways, I have the instructions right here, so we are just gonna follow them step by step. So I hope you'll bear with me, as this might take a while to get right, but I'm gonna do my best. So just sit back, and hopefully you'll enjoy this. Alright, I think this should do the job. So yeah, the next piece is actually Wolverine himself in all his nude, half nude glory here. And he fits into the base with a single peg on his right foot, which is supposed to go in somewhere around the middle. So I'm just carefully gonna try and do that like this. Yep, fits perfectly, nice and tight, like that. So yeah, I was really concerned, or cautious at least, because he's got his right arm up here with the claws out, and you have this monitor going on here, and they're actually relatively close. So I just wanted to be very careful. There's so many details going on here, it's crazy. This is a really, really good Wolverine statue. Anyways, we're not quite done yet. If we turn him around like this, there's actually a hole here on the back where we put in this little thingy, which I have no idea what is. Let's see. And it has a peg, so there should be a hole in there, like that. Yeah. That's it. And then we only have 2 pieces left. We have 2 portraits for this statue. One of them actually features... Oh, does it? Yeah, it does. One of them actually features a light up function. I'm not really sure what it does. Probably the visor or something like that. And I think this wire here is just for appearances, so it's not actually supposed to go in anywhere. The other portrait is the one where he's just, well, he doesn't have the visor or helmet on. And both of them look fantastic. The finish is just perfect on both of them. So impressed by this. So yeah, let's see. Let's just start with the simple one. Fits on like that. And there we go. That's definitely Wolverine. I think there's no doubt about that. I hope this is sharp, by the way. I'm not really sure if it's out of focus, but I'm gonna throw in photos in the end of this video anyways, like I usually do, so you can see some of the fine details, because this is a very impressive statue. I'm quite envious that it's not mine, but yeah, you can't have everything. I'm just very happy to have the chance of actually looking at this. But before we skip on, let's just swap this out with the other portrait. Like this, and it fits in the same way. And the wires, let's just leave them hanging behind him. There we go. So this is his famous, very familiar looking helmet. I think it's very... It almost always looks the same in the comics, I think. At least I've seen many renditions of Wolverine in his Weapon X appearance, and the helmet always looks like this, I think. So it looks awesome, very impressive. I'm not really sure which one I prefer of the 2 portraits. Maybe the other one, because you can actually see his facial expression a bit better, and his hairstyle, of course, his familiar hair. Yeah. Anyways, this is awesome. Very impressed by this statue. I'm gonna set up the camera just a final time before wrapping up this video and throwing in some photos. Just giving you my first-hand impression of this piece, and then we'll call it a day, because this is, I think, going to be a long video. Alright guys, so I basically just zoomed out a bit in order to fit most of this statue as possible inside my frame here, because it's a very big piece, as you can see, and very demanding in terms of space. And that's the thing that you need to keep in mind if you're considering getting this statue, because it's very tall, but it's also very wide. And as you can see, Wolverine is also leaning forward here, trying to leave this tank that he's been standing in. So there, yeah, it's a very demanding piece in terms of space. I took out the protective plastic strips that were keeping the batteries from being activated, so I can actually show you the light up effects. So he has one here in his visor that you switch on inside here, like that. And I think it's gonna be difficult for you to actually see that, because there's a lot of light in my room right now. But there's actually a light inside his visor shining down onto his face, so you can see his facial expressions a bit better. But it's probably gonna be difficult for you guys to see that right now, but it looks really cool. The LED panel here also lights up, and similarly the other one here does the same. Let's see, there we go. And they are obviously much more easy to spot. But I think if you're in a more dimly lit room, maybe during evening or night, it's gonna be much easier to see the light ups, and they are going to play in to a larger degree, bouncing off his back here. It's gonna look awesome, I think. But yeah, it's nice that they included that, but I would say that it's definitely not a requirement for this piece because it's already very, very impressive. It's sculpted by Daniel Bell, by the way, who's a very, very talented sculptor. He's done some amazing pieces. He's also working for Sideshow today, so he's doing some amazing stuff for them, including their new, what is it? I think it's the Captain America premium format that's coming up. And I think maybe also he sculpted the new Red Sonja, but I'm not really sure. I might be wrong about that, so don't hang me for that later. Anyways, it looks beautiful, this statue here. It's awesomely made. The factory did an amazing job with the paint application on the body here. The skin tones are just amazing, and you have these very nice details on the legs also in terms of the sculpt. You can see how hairy his legs are, but it's done in a very subtle and very realistic looking way. I think the veins are popping here on his arms, but they look like they're actually under the skin, which is amazing, I think. And I suppose the factory also did the epoxy effect with the wet look of his body, but also on the base. And that's very, very impressive. I think they did an amazing job with that, I would say. So yeah, let's just swap out the portrait here before we wrap this up to the other one, where he has this familiar hairstyle and everything. The claws are made out of metal, by the way, so that's a nice detail. I think you couldn't do Wolverine claws sculpted because it's just not gonna look the same. When they are actually metal, they just pop a lot more. They have this chrome finish that you can hardly replicate with paint, at least to a satisfying degree, especially on parts that are this small. So yeah, it's a very impressive piece, but as I said, very demanding in terms of space and everything. But I would say this is one of my favorite Weapon X versions or statues that are available. There's quite a few now these days in this scale, but I think XM did an extraordinary job with this piece here. It's very, very impressive. So yeah, I think that basically wraps up everything, guys. I'd like to once again give a shout out to Jan, who borrowed me this piece in order for me to do this video. I'm really, really happy that I got the chance of looking at this statue, and I'm really envious that it's not mine, but I'm also happy that a fellow collector here in Denmark has the pleasure of owning such an amazing statue. Alright guys, I'm sorry if this is a long video at this point, but I hope you watched all of it and you enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks a lot for that. And do leave me a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw here. It really makes a difference with all the support I can get, and it really keeps me going. And also check out my social media platforms and everything. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I'm gonna leave you with a gallery here towards the end, showing this piece in greater detail and up closer, so you can see some of the fine details that were difficult for me to capture on video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.